Welcome back to part 2 of our Watagans trip. Last episode, we saw some action from Creek Road. Wait a minute, Bullet wasn't on this trip. This was 4 years ago, this footage. Road registered. Now the reason we've got this bit of footage in here is because I did get asked a lot of questions. Why didn't we complete the Creek Road track? So see how this ends towards the end of this video. Just stop. Got no power to the starter. I'm kind of stuck. The frogs are laughing at me. I tell you, I couldn't be happier with the decision I made in tyres.
Gonna drop them there? Yep.
So for the sort of wheeling that this vehicle's going to do, the all-terrains will be sufficient. And with all the towing we've got and all the on-road use, it really was a good decision. Ask me that when I'm stuck in 2 foot of mud maybe. But performance-wise, they haven't let me down. So being an all-terrain, it is going to have its limits. But coming up this climb here, I decide to actually crawl. And I mean, a mud tyre probably would have got me a little bit further, but at that speed, it too would have clogged up.
Move back. Come back.
So backing up and hitting it with a little bit more momentum. And apologies, Shell, for flicking mud on you. So back about 15 years ago, we actually had ourselves an automatic 4B. Now while it took me quite a while to learn how to drive it, I actually don't even know if I did.
Go on, go! Go, Dan! Go, Dan! Go, Dan! Go, Dan! Go!
Now this was probably the first petrol motor I'd had in a long time. Now I don't think I was that wrapped with the V6 Commodore motor and the auto with reduction gears. Growing up in the competitions, we only had a few attempts at many obstacles, so the point and shoot, it's still in me. But with the 79 being a daily and a tourer, and the diesel with the auto, I'm loving this vehicle a lot more than I did this Bullet truck. But we had a lot of fun in this one. Little bit of chassis flex there. Alright, how's that lunch going? That water tank must have hit something, but it held up strong. So it's not a V8, but this boot is heavy.
It's not busy.
Oh look, Nicholas is coming up. Oh, look at the winch truck coming up. You're not getting
Oh
up
my
that.
God.
If you get up that, I'll give you $3.
Yes!
3?
Come on, don't get up, don't get up. I haven't got $3.
You buy us a sundae from McDonald's.
Look at the car, look at the state of it. Oh, that's your last attempt. Then you got to give me $3. Go! Yeah!
Yes! $3!
But look at the different colours of mud.
There you go, son. Good
Thank
drive. So before we stop back in to camp and have lunch, let's have a little look at 4 years ago and Bullet truck at the top side of Creek Road. So this is pretty much the reason why I didn't want to take the 79 up to this point with all the rain prior. What's on the menu for lunch, you ask?
I kind of want to poke it.
I'll dare you. I dare you.
I dare you, double dare you there.
You're relying on me. I've never done this before, but look, if we have a look underneath, there's no egg coming out, so the white is holding. So it's time to flip. Flip. Yeah, baby. Oh, it's all right. There's no yellow. The gold hasn't come out. Oh, Millie, the master. Nice one.
Can't even tell.
Next. What a lunch. Back for lunch, and then out in the track again.
Oh, wheel lift!
So this little section here wasn't to showcase the flex the 79 has. I know I can get a lot more out of it by disconnecting the sway bar.
Wheel lift!
But what we're trying to establish here is the clearances. Whether or not we've got enough.
How long is that wheel going to stay
I
off?
want the sway bar in and I want it quite stiff up front
Flex.
for the desert run that we've got coming up.
Wheel lift.
where I know there's going to be a lot of corrugations, and flex isn't really going to be what we're chasing out on the sand dunes. What we also see here is how good those parabolics are, how versatile that sort of setup is. You can carry the weight, and have a look here, it's nice and soft and does articulate nicely. With the wider rims that Roadrunner Offroad sent up, the tyres aired down, the whole combination we've got up the back, I'm very happy with. So with this little test weekend, I've made my mind up. The ARB bull bar and the worn winch will get put aside until we get back from this trip. Yes, it's a bit risky running the factory bumper, but if we don't drive too much at dusk or dawn, we should be safe as far as hitting roos. In the case of a recovery, I'm confident enough that the cradle we made up, housing the Roadrunner off-road winch, will be enough. So with full bellies, we're back on track. You saw last episode that we met up with a group of wheelers on Creek Road. This area here, we met up with another group. Right, go, 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 go. This way. Feed it, feed it. The first vehicle to attempt this is an IFS petrol Hilux. Yeah, go, 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 yes! Woo! Good drive, mate, good drive. Took a bit of courage, that did. Good luck. What's your name?
Aiden.
Aiden. He's going to have a go. 1HZ, Furbo?
No turbo. 10
Lockers?
No.
Whoa!
All it needs is a lot of right.
GQ after an 80 series, and both unlocked. Bring back the 90s. Look at that, straight up that section. Whoa, nice. Good drive, mate. So we chose a section just to the left where there was a bit more of a hump coming up to it, and then a tricky spot at the top.
Here he comes. Silver bullet.
Yeah, you make it. Just to get pick up a wheel, baby. Just straight up from there. Oh, you might hit your leaf springs. Yeah, it's gonna hit your leaf springs. Oh, you might. Yeah, you might clear it. Come on, lift it in. Full lock.
Want to clear it?
Oh, just go. Yeah, you'll make it.
There in the background, that 80 with its bonnet up. The fan had gone through the radiator. Not good. So this is the test that we need to know for the desert run. Can we fold these swags up with the pillows and sleeping bags in them and still get them in the Anaconda bags? Looks like everyone's working. I'm holding the camera. The camera's quite heavy.
So like the pillows are in here?
Yeah. It'll easily fit the bag still. With the pillows and sleeping bags in, this strap's short, like by a foot.
Why wouldn't they just make it bigger?
Why wouldn't they make it bigger? She did ask me to bring straps.
So that's why I said bring the motorbike straps, because they're thicker.
Okay, so we've got to add them to the list for the desert. Okay, look at that. Look at that. So we know across the desert for the 5 nights, this is how we'll be travelling. The sleeping bags and the pillows are in this swag bag. It frees up that toolbox. What do you think, Shell?
Yeah, it's good.
It's excellent. So it's a little bit bigger footprint. I need another Ocky strap while I'm up here. Delivery. Uber Ockies. In case you were wondering too, I had a sore back last night, sleeping in that swag. It was really comfortable, and my back wasn't as sore as it was when I went to bed. So the 7 centimeter thick mattress combined with the thick sleeping bag, it was so comfortable. What an enjoyable weekend, and good to test clearances on the vehicle suspension, the tyres and the swags. So we're back home now, and the next thing to nut out is space for our diesel and water across the 700 odd kilometres. So we're not going to need the factory spare anymore, which we took off and weighed. Quite a large amount of space where that went. Maybe use it for either storage or water. So we drew it up and sent it off to a couple of poly and metal places to get an idea what a water tank might cost. And in the meantime, I was making up a template in case I did find somebody that could or would want to do it. Template progresses a little bit further to possibly be a storage unit. I did put it out there on our socials, and thanks to everybody that took part in the conversations and with the comments. There was a lot of people out there worried about the weight. Now we worked out it'd be about 140 kilos, and this was only going to get filled up at Mount Dare to cover us for the 700 odd kilometres to Birdsville. Now I wasn't particularly worried about the weight. I know what 320 kilos of ball weight feels like. So this was not even half of that. And the fact that we could use the airbags to help out, it really was not my concern. It all adds up. That's another 14.4 kilo. Good old weather shield. But the further into this little project I went, I figured that a storage unit is going to be more practical for us in the long term. I already carry 30 litres either side at the back of the tray. So to have a aluminium or stainless steel tank sitting there empty for 99% of the time, that would be a waste. Just like that trip up north when we needed water for the 22 odd days we were on there. And I removed the Jayco's factory rear bar and we custom made one to suit 3 jerry cans. There was a lot of negative feedback back then, but we filled up that water very close to the track and only used them for the time we're on the beach. Now, this would be the same. So that water tank, once we got home, I mean, you're not going to have that half full or a third full. No baffles in it. You would have slish slosh. So I'm happy with the outcome. We got a toolbox there. We can put all the recovery gear in it, the ground mat for the swags. I've been able to move my number plate from under the light. And if you remember scouting out for the 24-hour challenge, the 79 had a little run-in with a rock. So we haven't had number plate lights since then. We had Amelia's birthday around this same time as well. And getting a new 24-inch BMX down to the skate park, it was awesome. I got to ride my second-hand GT, but actually not for that long because Nicholas came and borrowed it. I'm not actually sure I'm ever going to get it back. Got some new clothing for the family to wear across the Simpson to show off the companies that have helped us out in getting the 79 ready. We've got Terrain Tamer and all their suspension components. We've got the Kumo tyres, AT52s on, and Penrite oils for looking after all our vehicles and bikes. You can see here this last visit we picked up a whole heap of gear. I'm really looking forward to using their automatic transmission fluid in the 79 when it comes time. A whole heap of consumables, cleaning and lubricant sprays. We've got MAF sensor cleaner. We've got chain lube. So we're going to end this video with a minute or so of Nicholas on last weekend's track day. Have a look at this terrain. And as always, wait a minute. Wait. Didn't you guys want to see the recovery of Bullet Truck when it had no power? I can't leave the Bullet on the track too long. Oh, man. Just going to have to stay out of these big ruts. All right, I'm back. Oh, yeah, I'd take. There's no one around. On the weekend, this would be chockers. But it's a Wednesday morning. So now we're going to get rid of all our chains and locks, take the air out of the airbags and get in there. So we've turned the trailer around in the smallest of spaces, but we need to get the 79 down there. I've got to work out a plan because there's only one of me. It's kind of a two-man job. I might start by trying to roll the Hilux down to the bottom of this hill. What a punish. I just love that transmission handbrake so much. Like, you'd never do that with the standard one. Anyway, we got bigger problems here. So the tree trunk protectors on that tree have got the slack. We'll take this winch to the bullet. Frogs are still laughing at me. All right, I've got a winch blanket. They say winches need to be used to keep them in good order. And what this is going to do, it's going to halve the load on the winch. We've got a couple of big races coming up, so we need some seat time. 7 degrees, so it's going to be cold. And the track, muddy. We're going to spray some of this lubricant on so the mud doesn't stick. What can we expect today? This beanie's going to be staying on this head all day. Wringing wet, look at him. What a ride today. You were the fastest out there. Good job, mate. Well done. So after that weekend away, the fuel consumption, have a look there. We've got 14.7 litres per 100. We take the 1.4 off with that 10% discrepancy. We're only a touch over 13 litres per 100. Running around on 35. I'm real happy with that. Let's pop the bonnet now and check that oil. We haven't seen a lot of oil usage since very early on that trip to Tasmania where I thought it was going to be one of those motors. And as always, thanks for watching.